Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Kate Rose and the garage is looking a little empty this week because my supercharged Mach1 Mustang caught on fire, but he's been in the shop and just got the text that he is ready to be picked up, so let's go get him. All right, we are finally back in Mach. I'm so excited. I haven't driven him in weeks. All right, first startup here. I don't know who else just started up. Oh. So excited. I haven't driven him in so long. I have the keys? Okay, I have the keys. Okay, so here's what's been happening with Mach. So about 3 weeks ago, I started it up in the morning and something just didn't sound right. And it was after it had snowed, so I didn't drive Mach for about a week prior, so it's not like I knew, it's not like I was driving it and something bad happened. It was more like I started it up and realized that something was not right. So I started it up and here's what I heard, because I was filming that morning. I was planning on doing a vlog for TikTok. So I turned it off. I didn't go to the gym that day. So I kind of just let it sit for about a week, just until Brandon had time to really look to see what was going on. By the time we got to look at it, it had been like a week later, and we found an idler pulley. There's 2 bolts to the supercharger for the idler pulley, and one of them fell out. So we thought, okay, well that's the issue there. No big deal. So we put the bolt back in, figured it would be okay and it would be all right to drive. Worst case scenario, the supercharger belt would snap and I would just need to pull it out and Mach would still run fine. I just wouldn't have access to the supercharger added power. So that did happen. So I drove it to the gym, not too far. I just wanted to play it safe, but I needed to get out of the house. So I probably shouldn't have drove it, but I drove it anyways. So driving home from the gym, I'm maybe like 3 miles from home, but I just I didn't feel it snap. I just started to smell sugar cookies basically. So I was like, okay, well, something doesn't seem right, and I didn't accelerate. Like, I just knew something was wrong. It's not like it was a big noticeable difference or like something happened, but I pulled over and opened up the hood and there's a fire. So the fire wasn't like the engine or the supercharger catching on fire. The fire was just, I think, friction from the belt that snapped, and it just kind of like just the top of the hood liner was on fire. So I had to put that out with one of my gym knee braces. And I was on the phone with Brandon as it happened, freaking out. I wish I got footage of it. It was pretty scary, but it was just the friction from the belt that had started the fire, and there was just like some smoke left over. Okay. It's a small fire, no big deal. But I'm happy I pulled over when I did, because I don't know how bad that fire could have gotten if I didn't pull over immediately after I noticed like something was wrong. And I really was thinking about just like, okay, I'm so close to home, I can make it, but really glad I stopped. So called a tow truck. And they towed it back to the shop. Luckily, everything was under warranty through a Pro Charger as well as the shop. So really grateful for that. The only thing that wasn't under warranty was just the idler pulley, which just failed for some reason. I guess it just happens. It's not like it's anyone's fault. It's not something I could have prevented or anything like that. It just happened. So really just the shop's recommendation is just to keep an eye on it, check for tension on the belt, and probably replace it every year just to prevent things like this happening in the future. So just kind of like one of those things that comes with owning a highly modified car. But I'm just so happy to have Mach back now and to be able to drive it, and everything's working okay except for the exhaust. I mean, there's always something. I just don't have watch just because one of the sensors just isn't acting right and I'll need to replace the exhaust, but for now it's not like that big of an issue. Just another issue. But I kind of want food. But what kind of food? The Jimmy John's right here. Let's do it. Just got Jimmy John's. It was delicious. Now we head home. Okay, I mostly just miss listening to music and driving my car. Why does no one talk about how much heartache is involved with having a modified car? I mean, I've had slightly like bolt-on modified cars before, but I've never had a modified car like Mach before, and it's constant problems. I always say I will never sell it, but I don't know, I might be more open to offers now. I want to build other cars, and instead it's like I'm just putting all of my money and all of my time into Mach that just doesn't want to be driven, it seems like. So I don't know. I guess I'm just saying I'm open to offers on it now. If you know of anybody that might be open to buying a very temperamental supercharged Mach1 that is very loved by yours truly, but just I don't feel like the love is returned. Be a ton of traffic when I'm just trying to drive fast. Mach is home now. All right, Mach is now home, which is such a relief. I feel bad. It was really dirty going into the shop. Like, we got dust everywhere, so hopefully it will warm up later this week so I can wash it and not freeze my hands. But yeah, feels really good to have him back home. Okay. Feels really good to have him back home. It was pretty rough having not only half of the garage empty, but to have both of my cars broken down. You guys will not believe what happened with the Porsche last week. Probably one of the most humiliating things happened, and let me know if this has ever happened to you, but I had a buyer come all the way down from Denver, cash in hand. He was ready to pull the trigger. We were both really excited, and a misfire during the test drive. So yeah, so gonna be working on that hopefully in the next week or two. It might be a little bit just because there's so much going on, but yeah, I am selling the Porsche, which wasn't an easy decision for me to come to, but I've had this car for a year and I've driven it maybe 4 or 5 times. So yeah, I've had it listed, but next week is my birthday, so make sure you tell me happy birthday. But I don't know if I'll have another video come out, but I am going out of the country next week as well. So next Friday, which I'll have this video out and maybe tomorrow or the next day. But yeah, I'll be going to Mexico, so get ready for that content as well. I'll probably do a little bit of a vlog as well as like hotel tour and stuff like that, but really excited because I am wanting to do more like travel content as well as the like other 2 videos that I've released, which is very different from any other videos that I've posted. So the support on those videos is very appreciated because it is a little bit more like vulnerable topics as far as like self-development, mindset, things like that, which I am very passionate about, and I put in a lot of work over the last couple of years on that. But I think I finally got to the point where I feel knowledgeable and reliable in the information that I'm sharing to share it with you guys. So if you want to hear me yap for 20 minutes, I'll be having those videos come out. But I did really want to get a car video put out for you guys, and that's kind of what's been going on lately with my two cars. But yeah, wanting to sell the Porsche, that'll get me a big step closer to the BMW, because I do want to get back to building, working on, and customizing cars. So that's kind of like the whole plan, just so that way you guys know like what's going on up here and what's been going on with my content. So yeah, thanks for coming to pick up Mach with me. Super happy to have him home so I can go back to my typical routines and going to the gym and just filming daily content with Mach. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in Mexico.